All right, I think it's time to talk about this to open up to you guys, and yeah, I cannot lie and preach good while doing some degeneracy stuff. I been how do I put this? Watching lots of adult content, right? I've lost my job actually because of that reason. Because not in the not in the sense that you would think they didn't fire me because I was like watching porn while doing my job. Not like that, but it got to the point my addiction that I was staying up really late watching lots of stuff to get off and doing it a few times, maybe 5 times a day. I don't know. So that in turn decreased my energy levels. Right, I was all foggy minded, and so I just blatantly fell into those habits again. I don't know how to tell you this because I've been preaching here stuff, but I don't think it holds that much weight. The things you say when when you hear them from a freaking junkie, from a freaking addicted person. Look, it's been so hard. These days have been so hard because it's just a feeling of defeat, complete defeat, and I can't really describe the feelings. But I will say one thing. Um, I don't know. I think this is one of the hardest addictions that you could ever have because internet, I mean, is free or kind of free. You still pay the bill, right? But it's a lot easier to fall into this addiction, let's say, than, let's say, drugs. I'm being pretty I think I am being pretty fucking hypocrite, like preaching all those things, but inside me feeling like shit. I shouldn't be telling you probably all of this, but I just wanted to vent to someone. I don't have none in my life right now. I don't have no one in my life right now, so I need someone to vent to. And I don't care if it's criticizing me. Oh, that lame video. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah, it's a lame fucking video. To be honest, it's a raw fucking video. I didn't plan to do this. I'm just speaking my mind, and but yeah, I'm living essentially in a place of shame, and I hope to recover from this. I say I hope, not I will, because look, I've been in this cycle of despair for like 10 years. It's gonna be 10 years. I wouldn't like it to be 10 years, but it is such a powerful addiction that takes over your life, your mind, and when and in the blink of an eye you relapse again. And I would like to be remembered in my life for someone who did something, who played guitar really well, who spoke several languages, who was good at doing something. Um, and I think it does not it does not align. What I'm doing does not align with my values, with my with my purpose, with the person that I want to be. And I guess not many people will understand the pain of this addiction, because it hunts you down for the rest of your life. I wish I could be as the kid I was. I don't know if that's possible to kind of get your innocent mind again to where it was. I just want to feel like a kid again, and just forget. They say that the one who does not, what is it? There is a saying, ever fed, never satisfied, never fed, ever satisfied, and that's kind of true. If you never like embark, or never get to taste of those pleasures, right? I mean, those pleasures, yeah, you could say indulge in those pleasure. If you never get to indulge in those um addictive pleasures, I think you would never have in your mind, like it will never exist in your mind that taking place. uh to to have more clear, like I don't know about any of you guys' life, right? So in my mind there is no existence of you, right? Because I have not seen it, I have not thought about it. So there's that in my reality, it doesn't render. You guys don't render in my reality because I have not seen your faces. I have not talked to you at all. So I guess that's kind of the saying, or that's how I understand. I comprehend that saying. So, guys, I always try to be positive. Today I'm kind of neutral because I'm numb at the moment. Maybe I'm also a little bit messed up because I just relapsed like a few minutes maybe ago. I've been trying really hard to get back with my life, to go on, to continue. And this is not a good place to start. Certainly it's not a good place to start right now. I'm trying to restart all over again my days. This is not a good habit, by the way. Counting your days will make you just miserable, and even more like anxious about how many days you got, and if you lose by any reason, you will uh, beat up yourself so bad. That's why I don't recommend counting days. But at some point, it's just like a point of reference. Sometimes it might just remind you, oh, I got 1 month. Maybe I should celebrate this big milestone. That's very interesting. 1 month being a milestone, when in nature, animals, they just want to have their spring off. They just want to reproduce. They're not thinking about all this bullshit. Like, we should always be, in fact, mm, in a state of retention, right? Yeah. That's nature, isn't it? Unfortunately, this is the world we live in, and I'm just gonna be like uh, brutally honest with you. I think if you're still relapsing like me, I think you're not doing enough. You've failed yourself. You've failed yourself, and you have nothing more important than beating it off. And that is very, very sad. I think for people who have not found their purpose, that's what they have to kind of shelter, right? In an addiction essentially. Most of, well, I mean, for what I've known, right? For as far as I know, and I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert. It's so, I guess I'm in a state of despair, in a complete despair cycle or loop, whatever you wanna call it, of despair, where your mind is not working right. My mind is not working right at this moment, I guess, because I've talked about all these different things that I'm not doing. I'm daydreaming. That's even crazier. Oh, I don't know if it's considered like another topic. Talking about um like what I haven't done. I mean, daydreaming in, yeah, in essence. But you know what is one of the hardest thing to do right now, and that I want to, is like starting to read. And I guess, you know, the more you indulge into this addiction, the less you know yourself, because this addiction, it's a result. I consider them as a result of compulsion, compulsion that take over you. So you get into this kind of third person view, you get this kind of third person control, and there is your, I guess you would call it ego, like the essence of you who wants to just get off and feel those 5 seconds of pleasure when releasing, right? Ignoring completely or putting aside your other self that wants you to be successful in 10 years, learning Japanese, Chinese, English, whatever you're doing, playing the guitar, working on your business. And it is what it is. I guess um, at some point of my life, I don't want to regret, and it's not good to regret. But so many years wasted, I guess they definitely, you definitely feel. I'm just trying to speak slow, and I don't care if you wanna skip me. That's fine, you know. If you want, if you don't have too much time to spend on here, listening to a random guy from Mexico just rambling about shit, just go ahead and skip. Go to the next TikTok video. Maybe, yeah, you find that more useful. But if you're here, it's because of something. Something is resonating, I guess. Hopefully, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it. At this point of my life, I mean, I gotta wake up. Of course, I'm gonna just, because I'm unemployed, and um I'm going to uh empty my bank account, which is not much at the moment. I gotta work. I mean, the next month I will not. I will be I will be running out of money. So I have to work by the next week. I have to, send my CV, right, my resume, and see if I get hired. But I'm pretty sure I will get hired, man. It's just I gotta wake up. First of all, I gotta wake up from this nightmare, which is eating me up alive. I will not lie. I will not put it slightly. I will not sugarcoat anything. It is what it is, and if you have any something of utility, something useful for me, any tips, just let me know in the comments. And or like a mistake at least that I'm making, like while speaking English. But I don't think I need that. I mean, it's just maybe that I haven't had the exposure as you as a native speaker. I just need to keep going. I don't believe in that helping your English and just correcting somebody. Somebody is just your brain is gonna correct itself, but just give it some time, right? Today I was just trying to like um like draw some like Chinese letters, right? Pretty funny, pretty interesting though, pretty nice, but very difficult for people who is not used to that. Um, but yeah, that's one of my at the moment. That's one of my goals. You know, French, German, and Chinese. Yeah, hopefully, inshallah. uh but yeah, this is gonna be a hard, a very bumpy road, but I think it is pretty much possible. It is pretty much possible stopping what you're doing, stopping, changing your habits, and releasing or like get a detox of this dopamine. I feel so good talking to the camera sometimes because I think I might know myself better. I improve my speaking skills. I think you all should do the same. To be honest, I'll give you this advice, which at least I can say genuinely without any masks on that you can do this. You can record yourself if you're learning English. Don't be afraid. And if you somebody else trying, just help them. Don't be nice to them. Um, because who knows, like if I'm hating on something, it's because I I envious, right? I'm not comfortable with that person like making more progress than me, right? Or because it reminds you if me speaking English like really bothers you, it's because it reminds you something traumatizing. Yeah. And yeah, just let's just keep going. Let nobody affect you, let nobody's opinion affect you. uh, just yeah, be mindful on your things, be intelligent, and ignore negative people, and just keep it up. Have a good one, guys. I hope to see you in a more next time, in a more peaceful state, in a less desperate state. But here we go. At least I am gonna keep on with my life. I'm not gonna do something stupid at this moment. I think I'm gonna be more mindful and remind myself of this beautiful community, beautiful outcome. I mean, beautiful channel on which you can share stuff. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.